Carlton Sharp, pastor of Faith Christian Center Church, right here in Beaumont, Texas. And we're here on what's happening in our neighborhood. And today my special guest is Mr. Gene Winston. Welcome, Gene.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Good to have you here today. Hey, listen, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Gene Winston from Port Arthur, Texas. I like to tell people I'm a Port Arthur boy. I tell them that I was born in St. Mary's and they're going to bury me in Live Oak, man.
I mean, that means you're really in Port Arthur, man.
I'm really in Port Arthur, man. I'm all for Port Arthur. Port Arthur for life, man.
So what school you attended in Port Arthur?
What school? Abraham Lincoln High School, class of 1984, man.
Come on, man.
Man, I went the whole West Side track. Booker T. Washington, Woodrow Wilson, and Abraham Lincoln.
Man, if I take some blood and got Port Arthur running out of you, huh?
No, it's going to bleed purple and gold.
Hey, Gene, listen, you're here because you decided to run for office. So tell us a little bit about what you're about to do.
Okay, well, I'm running for Jefferson County Constable, Precinct 8. You know, and that area consists of basically you can just cut the city with D. Queen Boulevard and go all the way to the west side, Lakeside, Palomar, Montrose, Port Acres, and Sabine Pass.
Wow, that's a lot of area, man.
It's a lot of area.
So what made you decide to run for office?
Well, I've been in law enforcement now for about 28 years. I've had an opportunity to work at the Sheriff Department, the Port Arthur Police Department, as well as the Constable's Office for 16 years. I worked 10 years for Precinct 8, Constable Eddie Collins, and now presently I'm working as Chris Bates, Chief Deputy. That's his number 2 guy. And when I look at the condition of Precinct 8, I want to be a representative for that particular part of town. You know.
Wow. So you have you ever run for office before?
Never ran for an office before.
So I mean, tell us how it is, man, running for office.
Well, it's exciting, and it's busy, and it's also time consuming. You know, because you have to get out there, you have to meet a lot of people, you have to talk to people, you have to pass your cards out, you have to get information out, you're always on the phone talking to them, and you spend money. You know?
Lots of money, huh?
Lots of money. Yeah. But I'm enjoying it because I'm enjoying meeting a lot of new people. There are people, and you think that, you know, you would think that being a constable in the city that people would know who you are, working for the Port Arthur Police Department, work for the school district, that people would know who you are, but when you get out there, you find out that a lot of people just don't know who you are. So it's exciting talking to people and getting to know them.
And watch this now. And it's amazing that you've been there all your life and you meet new people all the time.
All the time. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So, I mean, you're hitting the blocks and going around?
Almost every day. Yeah. Almost every day, man. I get off for work at 5 o'clock and 5:01, man, I'm out there on the streets knocking on doors, asking people to consider voting for Gene Winston for constable.
Now, Gene, you said earlier you'd start listing out some of the things that you were doing because you've been in law enforcement for how many years?
28 years.
So tell the people what some of the things you've done again. Okay.
Well, I work for the Sheriff Department. I had an opportunity to work in the jail. I also had an opportunity to work in the ID division, which was very interesting. If you watch some of the shows on TV now, like Forensic Files, where they're getting fingerprints and using the Lumalight and, you know, those things like that. So I had an opportunity to work in that department. From there, I went to the Port Arthur Police Department, which was very good because that gave me an opportunity to gain some street experience, which I tell a lot of officers that a lot of people ask me, hey, I want to become a constable. I always say to them, what you probably need to do first is become a municipal officer or a street officer, so you can learn what it really means to be a police officer.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I've acquired that experience as well as working in the constable's office. And a lot of times, you know, people don't know exactly what a constable does.
And that was going to be my next question, you know, because people are watching like, what do? Are they rent-a-cops or play cops or what?
No, we're the real police. You know, we have a different function. You know, like the sheriff department, they get it mixed up. The sheriff department handles the jail. You know, and they patrol outside of the city limits.
Yeah, the county, the whole county.
The whole county,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Now, the municipal police, they work inside of the city limits. Now, we can do everything that any policeman can do. We're certified by the state of Texas. We have that license. We can do by TCLOS. We can do anything that they can do.
Yeah.
But our main function is to serve civil papers. Now, when I say civil papers, I mean like we do car repossessions, we do evictions of homes. Sometimes we have to get involved in writ of attachments of a child, where we have to go take a child from one parent and give them to another parent. And we also bailiff the Justice of the Peace Court for the JP, you know. But we can do any and everything. You know, a lot of people say, man, he's just a constable. He can't write me a ticket.
Yeah.
Don't be fooled by that.
Hey, so if they're doing something illegal, I mean, you have the responsibility.
Well, that's right.
You know, to handle business.
That's right.
And you can.
And we can. Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Because, you know, most people don't know what the constable do. They think, you know, okay, this, that, or the other.
They think we just serve papers. Yeah, but no, we actually do everything that the policeman can do. However, but again, you know, our main function is to take care of the civil papers.
Okay, so now, why do you feel that you're more qualified for this position now, for Constable of Precinct 8?
Well, it's been my experience. I have a master's degree in criminal administration. I also have a master's peace officer certificate. I've had the opportunity to work in civil process now for 16 years. As I stated earlier, you know, I worked in Precinct 8 for 10 years, and I've been working with Constable Chris Bates as his chief deputy for 7 years. And I also hold what's called a civil process proficiency certificate.
And so what is that?
That's a very difficult test. You know, and it qualifies you. Once you take this test, it says that you passed a proficiency exam to say that you really can or you really understand civil process. You know, this test, I'll tell you how difficult this test was. Every time we go to a school, my wife usually goes with me. But this particular time, I told her, I say, listen, I need to study because I need to pass this test.
Right.
So I'd get out of class at 4 o'clock in the evening, and from 4 o'clock in the evening until almost 2 or 3 in the morning, man, all I did was study for those 4 days. And I went in there and passed the test. I didn't think I passed it. You know, when they put that card in there and you start hearing all of click, 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 click,
the Scantron.
Yeah. Man, and when it came out, the lady said, you passed. I'm like, whew.
Now, is it a requirement, or is that just something that you wanted to be proficient at?
That's just something that I wanted to be proficient at. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that I totally understood the job, and it's a lot goes into the civil process job.
Oh man! So now, when did you do that?
I did that in 2019. I did that around 2012.
Wow.
Yeah, somewhere around 2012.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So not every constable have that proficiency.
No, not every constable has the proficiency. You got to take your time, and you have to take that test. And again, it's a very difficult test to take.
Yeah. So what is your vision for Constable Precinct 8?
Well, here's my vision. Here's what I would like to do. I'd like to continue the process of serving civil papers in Precinct 8 in an efficient manner, you know, in a timely manner. I'd like to extend the patrol services from our office to the Port Arthur Police Department. And see, here's what a lot of people don't understand about a municipal agency. They may not, especially in Port Arthur, man, they may put 9 to 10 officers out on the street and at any given time for a shift. Well, if they get a call where it ties up 3 or 4 officers and other calls are coming in, then those calls have to wait. Well, if the constable's office can be of service to them, if we're able to work in the evening on some days and be of service to them and handle minor calls for them, then that would help them greatly.
Wow.
So one of the things that I like to do is extend patrol services for Port Arthur PD, the municipal agency, by allowing the constable's office to help them out.
So is there some legal requirement that you can't do that now?
No, we do it now. Sometimes when I'm working overtime, working what we call an extra job or something out in the neighborhoods, and there may be an officer that says that they have an officer check by. You know, if I'm close by, you know, I'll check by with them if they need some help on an alarm, or if I'm out on my extra job or something and a call goes out, you know, I may handle the call. You know, so we do it now. I like to just make it where our whole office is able to do it, and they know that they can count on us to do it.
Wow. So what are some of the other things you have in store for Precinct 8?
One of the other things I have in store for Precinct 8 is a welfare program for seniors. Here's what I like to do for the senior. I want our office to get to know all the seniors in Precinct 8. I want them to know what cars the seniors drive. I want them to be able to go by and check on them. Do your kids live out of town? You know, maybe your kids can get in contact with us and say, I've been trying to call my mother all day and she hasn't answered the phone. And we can tell, hey, we're patrolling that area. We'll go by there and check on your mother.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, you know, I want to bring seniors together. You know, I want to be able to bring them on a bi-weekly or a monthly basis so that they can know one another and they can know, because it's not like it used to be when everybody knew everybody in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know, you have some seniors now that live in neighborhoods and they don't even know that they're there. You know, so I want to have some type of welfare program where we're able to check on the seniors. You know, provide assistance for them by checking on them. Maybe we can be a liaison and we can have some information to help them medically. Maybe we can have some information to help them by just getting them out the house and giving them some type of form of entertainment or something that they may need.
And it sounds like you want to do some community policing. That's what it sounds like to me.
That's exactly what it sounds
well, you
like
actually
to me.
reach out and touch them,
That's
and they
right.
know, hey, that's Gene.
That's right. And the same thing goes for working with youth in Precinct 8.
That's good.
You know, here's what I found out working on extra jobs, especially out in the housing complexes. The kids that I'm dealing with, they only know what they know. They only know what they've been taught. And what people are failing to understand, I think, is we went through in a lot of neighborhoods, and we went through what's called a crack epidemic.
Yeah.
We went through a meth epidemic.
Yeah.
And what they don't understand is what that did to our neighborhoods is it removed parents and mothers and fathers and uncles out of those children's lives. People that probably would have been mentors, it removed them out of their lives. And now those kids don't have that in their lives. Then now they're being probably being raised by their grandparents or maybe a neighbor is taking them in. So those kids don't have that in their lives. And what I really would like to do is bring back this village concept.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
You know, I tell people, Carlton, that one of the worst spankings or whippings or beatings that I got
was not from your parents.
No, actually it was, but it was the village that did it. Was because I said a curse word. I cursed on the Cool Cup lady's porch. And
the 25-cent Cool Cup.
And 25-cent Cool Cup, and she only lived a block away. But before I could get home, my mother was standing on the porch with a belt, ready to whip me. Because it was the village.
Right.
And that's exactly what I like to do again, especially in Precinct 8, is bring back this village concept where we help one another and look out for one another.
Yeah. So Gene, when is the election?
The election, early voting starts February the 18th through the 28th, and the election date is March 3rd. But another thing people need to know, if you're not registered to vote, you have to get registered to vote by February the 3rd.
Okay, so that's good. That's good information.
Yeah, so they need to get registered to vote by February the 3rd, but the early voting starts February the 18th through the 28th, and the election day is March 3rd.
Wow. So, Gene, if you want to look in that camera over there and tell people in Precinct 8 why they should vote for you.
All right. Again, Gene Winston, running for Jefferson County Constable, Precinct 8. I have the educational requirements. I have a master's degree in criminal justice. I also have the civil process proficiency certificate. I've worked in civil process 16 years. I've been in law enforcement now for 28 years, and I am desiring to help the community, help Port Arthur be the Port Arthur that it once was. And I'm asking you to vote for me, Gene Winston, for Jefferson County Constable Precinct 8. Early voting again, February the 18th through the 28th. Election day is March the 3rd, and I'm asking you to vote for me as your next constable of Precinct 8.
Hey, Gene, I know elections cost money, and so if there are some people who out there who want to support your candidacy or want to come and volunteer, how can they get in contact with you?
You can get in contact with me at winstonforconstable@gmail.com. That's my email address, winstonforconstable@gmail.com, or you can contact me directly via cell phone, 409-548-1885.
Well, listen, I put those numbers right there on the bottom of your screen. It's winstonforconstable@gmail.com is his email address, and 409-548-18 what? 85.
1885. That's it.
1885. Hey, listen, I want to thank Gene for coming on today and to talk to us about his run for office in Precinct 8 of Jefferson County Constable position. Now, listen, early voting begins real soon, but you got to register to vote. February the 3rd is the date for the to get registered to vote. Listen, if you don't register and if you don't vote, don't complain. That's my saying, Gene.
Right.
If you don't vote, don't complain.
That's right.
You have an opportunity to put people in office that you believe has your best interest at heart, and it's up to you. So get out and vote for the election, February the 18th
through the 28th.
Through the 28th begins the early voting, and then March 3rd.
March 3rd is election.
Is election day. Get out and vote. Hey, once again, thank Gene for joining us. I want to thank you for joining us here on What's Happening in Our Neighborhood, and we will see you next time on our broadcast. Be blessed. Bye-bye.